This update brought to you by Falls View Casino.
Sports City News Update. Sports City Webcam.
Monster weekend for the Toronto Raptors. I'm Andrew Walker with the Sportsnet Central update. It was setting up to be the Raps' toughest stretch of the season. 8 straight games against quality above 500 opponents. So far, they're 2 for 2.
Down to the baseline, into the lane. Gets it to James Johnson. Corner 3. Got it! Down the bottom of the rail for James Johnson. Toronto up 84-82.
Season high 20 points for James Johnson as the Raps knock off the NBA champion San Antonio Spurs 87-82, denying Spurs head coach Greg Popovich's 1,000th career win. DeMar DeRozan with 18. This victory coming off the heels of an impressive comeback win over the Clippers on Friday. Here's head coach Dwayne Casey.
Our guys came in and played, made tough plays, physical plays, plays with force on both ends of the floor, and that's where you have to play to beat a team, a championship team like that.
So the Raptors now 8-2 against the West this season. They sit second in the conference, 3 games up on Chicago and Washington. Next up for the Raps, home to those Wizards on Monday. The Toronto Maple Leafs finally mercifully ending a franchise-worst 11-game losing skid on Saturday with a 5-1 win over the equally hapless Edmonton Oilers. Next up for the Leafs, the New York Rangers in town tomorrow night, and of course, the NHL trade deadline looming in a little over 3 weeks. Last night, the Habs, they get by Boston 3-1 to sweep the season series from the Bruins. 34 saves from Carey Price. The Blues 4-2. Philly gets by the Capitals 3-1. Islanders hold Buffalo to just 10 shots for the second time this season. They get by the Sabres 3-2. And Tampa, a 5-3 win over Anaheim, the Lightning, back on top of the Eastern Conference. Coming up tonight, 5 games, including the Kings and Jackets on Sportsnet Ontario. One of the most successful coaches in college basketball history has died. Hall of Fame coach Dean Smith passed away Saturday at the age of 83. He led the North Carolina Tar Heels to 11 Final Fours and 2 national titles. You're listening to the home of Leafs Nation, Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Prime Time Sports with Rob McCallum to the core. Walker.
Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Quick get ahead to Patterson. Out there with DeRozan. Gives DeRozan the ball. He drives. Kicks it to Lowry. Swing it up top. James Johnson in the lane. Lay it up and in. Oh, ball movement by Toronto looking like the Spurs.
7:44, what a weekend for the Raptors. Michael Grange will join us momentarily to talk about it. We all thought they needed to get to the All-Star break, just limping into it. Maybe they'd like to play a few more games now before the All-Star break. Who knows?
Squeeze a little back-to-back in after the Wizards on Wednesday, but that is their last game, home game against the Wizards before hitting the road for 3, and then Steph Curry and Golden State are 2 weeks in front.
So there's a lot we still don't know about the Raptors and how this all ends. The one thing we do know, the New York Knicks right now are a dumpster fire, and their owner is a bit irked.
That's a team that I said would be a bubble playoff team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So I'm,
hey, but you like their starting 5 versus the Raptors starting 5.
I'm not
you
sure.
You trade DeRozan and Lowry for Carmelo Anthony. We don't forget that.
That I almost would do. But we're at loggerheads over this. We saw this James Dolan email on the weekend. He's the owner of the Knicks and the Rangers and blah, blah, blah. And a fan wrote him an email letter. An email's dangerous. We know that. Email's dangerous. Twitter's dangerous. It's evil. It's bad. So James Dolan got written a letter by a gentleman. And it's not that insulting. I guess it's insulting.
It's pretty insulting.
But there's no profanity.
Yeah, there's no profanity.
It's basically like, look, I've been a Knicks fan for 60 years. Yada, yada, sell the team, you're embarrassing, spelled with an apostrophe R-E. And James Dolan's response,
he's basically like, go screw yourself.
Oh, my God. It's more than that. You are a sad person. Why would anybody write such a hateful letter? I am guessing, but I'll bet your life is a mess, and you are a hateful mess. What have you done that anyone would consider positive or nice? I am betting nothing. There's a lot of bets going on here. In fact, I'll bet you are negative force in everyone who comes in contact with you. That's not even English. He also accuses him